कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री गुरु और गौरांग की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। आज हम पढ़ रहे हैं श्रीमद् भागवतम से कैंटो 2 चैप्टर 7 वर्स नंबर 40। बस विष्णोः नु वीर्य गणनां कतमो कतमः अर्हति विष्णोर्नुवीर्यगणनां कतमोऽर्हतिः। यः पार्थिवानि अपि कविः विमामे रजांसि। यः पार्थिवान्यपि कविर्विममे रजांसि। चष्कम्भ यः स्वरहसा अस्खलता त्रिपृष्ठम् चष्कम्भयस्वरहसा स्खलता त्रिपृष्ठम् यस्मात् त्रिसाम्य सदनात् उरुकम्पयानम् यस्मात् त्रिसाम्य सदनात् उरुकम्पयानम् विष्णोर्नुवीर्यगणनां कतमोऽर्हतिह यः पार्थिवान्यपि कवेर्विममे रजांसि चस्कम्भयस्वरहसा स्खलता त्रिपृष्ठम् यस्मात् त्रिसाम्य सदनात् उरुकम्पयानम् विष्णोर्नुवीर्यगणनां कतमोऽर्हतिह यः पार्थिवान्यपि कवेर्विममे रजांसि चस्कम्भयस्वरहसा स्खलता त्रिपृष्ठम् यस्मात् त्रिसाम्य सदनात् उरुकम्पयानम् विष्णोर्नुवीर्यगणनां कतमोऽर्हतिह यः पार्थिवान्यपि कविर्विममे रजांसि चस्कम्भयस्वरहसा स्खलता त्रिपृष्ठम् यस्मात् त्रिसाम्य सदनात् उरुकम्पयानम् Word meaning Vishnoho of Lord Vishnu. No, but Virya prowess. Gananam in the matter of accounting. Katamaha who else? Arhati is able to do it. Iha in this world. Yaha one who. Parthivani the atoms. Api also. Kavihi great scientist. Vimame might have counted. Rajamsi particles. Jaskambha could catch. Yaha one who. Swarahasa by his own leg. Askhalata without being hampered. Triprishtam the topmost planetary system. The topmost planetary space. Yasmad by which Trisamya the neutral state of of three modes. Sadanath, up to that place. Urukampayanam, moving very greatly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Who can describe completely the prowess of Vishnu? Even the scientist who might have counted the particles of the atoms of the universe cannot do so. Because it is he only who, in his form of Trivikrama, moved his leg effortlessly beyond the topmost planet, Satyaloka, up to the neutral state of the three modes of metal nature, and all were moved. Purport. The highest scientific advancement of the material scientist is atomic energy. But the material scientist is not able to have an estimate of the particles of atoms contained in the whole universe. But even if one is able to count such atomic particles or is able to roll up the sky like one's bedding, even then one is unable to estimate the extent of the prowess and energy of the Supreme Lord. He is known as Trivikrama because once in his incarnation of Vamana, he expanded his leg beyond the highest planetary system, Satyalok, and reached the neutral state of the modes of nature called the covering of the material world. There are 7 layers of metal coverings over the material sky, and the Lord could penetrate even those coverings. With this with his toe, he made a hole through which the water of the causal ocean filters into the material sky, and the current is known as the sacred Ganges, which purifies the planets of the three worlds. In other words, no one is equal to the transcendently powerful Vishnu. He is omnipotent, and no one is equal to or greater than him. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्युषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So hearty welcome to all devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, seeking blessings from all senior Vaishnavas and all junior Vaishnavas. So, I would like to begin today's class. So, purpose of this class is to glorify the Lord and also for our own purification. Hare Krishna. So, today's verse is very, very interesting and very amazing. So, here Lord Brahma is glorifying Lord Vishnu. So after explaining so many incarnations, so he's telling that how can you estimate the glories, prowess, powers of Vishnu? Hmm? So he's giving wonderful example of uh, uh, yes, Vamana avatar. He's telling one scriptural example and one material example. So two examples. One is telling like Lord Vamana. So he was able to, with his leg, standing here, he was able to touch the end of the universe. Correct? So who can do that? Hmm? And not just end, but piercing all the layers. There are 7 layers covering every universe. Okay, earth, water, fire, air, ether, then mahatattva, mind, like this. 7 are there. So piercing all that and then making a hole, and then water is of causal ocean is coming inside as Akash Ganga, becoming Ganga here. So this is scriptural example. Second example is telling scientists. So scientists, they may even count the particles of atoms in the universe. So can you imagine what is the meaning of counting the particles in the universe? Those of you who are science students, you have studied chemistry, mole concept. What is mole concept? 1 mole of any substance will have 6.023 into 10 power 23 units. Uh, so, like for example, to make you more easy to understand, say you take table salt. Table salt means salt which we use. So that is chemical formula sodium chloride, NaCl. Hmm? So 1 mole of sodium chloride is equal to 58.5 grams. That is 23, which is the mass number of sodium, and chlorine mass number 35.5. So 23 plus 35.5 is 58.5. So don't worry about that. So 58.5 grams, suppose you take 58.5 gram of salt. Okay. So in that there will be how many molecules of sodium chloride? So Avogadro number, that is 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules of sodium chloride will be there in that 58 gram. So what is 10 power 23? It, it is a very, 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 very big number. If you add 110, the number increases 10 times. So 10 followed by 23 zeros. Can you imagine how many atoms are there in 58.5 gram of salt? So if you start counting the atoms in the entire universe, it is not that only salt is there. So every different elements, uh, one mole is different. So how many atoms are there? How will you count? You cannot count. But even if a scientist can count all the atoms in the entire universe, still he cannot understand the powers of Lord Vishnu. This is the what Brahmaji is telling. Okay. So today there is also some understanding about counting in this verse. So let us discuss something about numbers, some counting also. Okay. Something chemistry over, now maths. Okay. So in 2007, there was one person who attempted Guinness World Record. So his attempt was that he will start counting numbers from 1 to 1 million. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like this, he will count numbers up to 1 million. So he attempted his record, and it took 89 days for him to count these numbers up to 1 million. So he was counting 11,200 digits in one day, and he was counting for 16 hours in a day. 8 hours he slept and did his bodily activities. 16 hours he was counting, and like this, it took 89 days for him to count up to 10 million. Okay. So 1 million, I mean. So you can see how to do, just to tell the numbers, it takes so much time. So forget about actually counting the atoms in the universe. So In 1930, there was one American mathematician. His name was Edward Kastner. So he was working with huge numbers, big numbers, and he was working with numbers of range of 10 power 100. He was doing mathematics with range of 10 power 100. This calculation. So he was doing a lot of work, and then he wanted to give a name for this range of number of 10 power 100. So he called his nephew, who was about 9 years old. His name was Milton Serota. So he asked him to tell one name for this number. So he gave that young boy, 9 year old, he just told something. And what he told was Google. He said Google. So so this Google, Googol spelling, Googol. So that is the word even today they use in maths for something which is very big. So at the range of 10 power 100. Okay. So then in the 1900s, late 1900s, Larry Page and his team started their company, and they named this company as Google, right? After this word Google. So they named it Google because they wanted to tell to the world that we have so much of information, right? We can offer you so much of information up to the 10 power of 100. So that's why you will see that whenever you open any Google page search, if you do, then it shows G O, then LE like this. 1, 2, 3 page number it shows. So that we have one followed by so many zeros of information like that. So sometimes the numbers how big they can go, it is very inconceivable. So to understand this, let's hear a nice story. So in the state of Kerala in the 15th century, okay, so there this story happened. So this in Kerala there is a very beautiful temple of Lord Krishna. It is called as Ambala Puya Krishna temple. Ambala Puya. So this is one of the 108 Abhimana Kshetram. So just like there are Divya Desams, you have heard about Divya Desams, 108 Divya Desams. So like that, apart from this 108 Divya Desams, there are 108 Abhimana Kshetrams, which are also considered very holy. Many of them are in Kerala. And in one of these Abhimana Kshetram, which is in Travancore, that is the Abhimana Puya Krishna temple. Okay, so this pastime happened here. The pastime goes like this. So there was a king who was ruling this place in 15th century, and this king was very much interested in playing chess. Chaturang, he was very expert in chess. So one day, one sage came, and that sage was talking with this king. And then the king said that, so I would like to play chess with you. So that sage said, okay, fine, we will play. But there is one condition. Okay. So the sage said that if I win the game, okay, then what will you give me? So he said, I am ready to give you anything. So I will give you this much of gold, this much of horses. The sage said that, see, I am sage. I am not after all these things. I have very simple demand. What is the demand? Yeah. I want grains. Oh, only grains. No problem. I have so much of grains. I have so many land, so much land, so many farmers growing so much grains. I will give you grains. Correct? No, no, no. I just don't want grains, but I want in a special way. What is the special way? He said this chaturang is there. So you have to keep one grain on the first box. And in the second box, you should keep 2 grains. And in the third box, you should keep 4 grains. And in the next box, you should keep 8 grains. next 16, 32, 64, 128. Like this, I want the grains in the 64 blocks. He said, oh, what is this? This is so simple. That's all you want. Okay, no problem. Done. Okay. So then chess game started, and then both of them playing, and then to the surprise, the king lost. King lost. So the sage won. So now the sage said, "See, I won the game, so you have to give me." Ah, yes, 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 it will be done. Don't worry. So he told minister. So minister, bring one bag of rice, and then you start doing this as the sage has told, and give him this gift. Okay. So then they started putting one grain on the first box, two grain on second, 4, 8, 16, 32. And then when the minister was going on putting, then he was surprised to know that on the 20th box, okay, he had to put 5,24,288 grains. 20th box. And that was measuring 18.8 kg. So initially he thought 1, 2, 4, what this is simple. But the number, how they increase, you are not able to understand. You can do calculation. I was doing it today morning. 5,24,288 grains, if you weigh, it comes to 18.8 kg. And like this, if you calculate on the 64th, okay, 64th box, it will be 18446744073709551,675 grains, which is how many kgs you cannot measure. It is after 7 digits, there are 9 digits. After 7 digits, there are 9 more digits. That many grains. I'm telling the total this 18446744073709551,675 grains. Which means there are totally 20 digits. So this is how the numbers can increase. If you just, because it is geometric progression, into 2, into 2, into 2, into 2, it is like this. So you can do the calculation like this. Okay, so the point is how the numbers can be very amazing. So we are discussing about counting in this. So now the glory of Krishna is much beyond numbers. That is what this verse is telling. So you cannot count the glories of Krishna. Like Duryodhana thought that I will take 1 million Narayani Senas and then I can win. So he was thinking in terms of numbers, correct? But we should understand that Krishna is beyond all material calculations, correct? So one Krishna alone, because he was there on Pandava's side, right? He could, the Pandavas could win, correct? So Krishna can do anything. He can play with numbers. He can defeat any materially big numbers of Sena. So it is nothing for him, correct? So we can see how Bali Maharaj in this pastime here, Trivikrama pastime. So Bali Maharaj estimated, or we can say underestimated, the power of Vishnu, correct? He thought this small boy and is wanting only 3 steps of land, correct? So what is 3 steps for Krishna? We cannot understand, correct? So this was the power of Vishnu, correct? Similarly, we can see in Ramayana, Ravana. So he thought that I am so great. And when he was asking the boons, so he said, he did not say that I should not be killed by humans or monkeys, because he thought these are all small people, correct? But Krishna came in the form of a human being, and he used the monkeys and killed Ravana. You see how Lord can do such an amazing activities. So the greatness of Vishnu is not just one-sided. Like in this world, if you see, people think that if I do something very big, then I am considered big. But the greatness of Lord is in doing not only big things, but also in doing the smallest of small things. Correct? So Lord has created big universes. At the same time, he has created such delicacy in small, minute DNA also. Right? Jai Shri Shri Radha Nil Madhav ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So, so this is the greatness of Vishnu. So it's not just in the numbers, but in the variety, in the beauty. You can imagine how Krishna has created 800, say, population of this world, 800 crores, 800 crores of people, and everybody is different, right? If I tell you that this is some clay, you make dolls out of this. So you will make dolls which look all same only. Correct? So condition is there should be 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, mouth, head, 2 hands, 2 legs, and body. So this is what is the constraint. And just see power of Krishna. He has created 800 crores and nobody looks same as another. This is the greatness of the Lord. So, so the Lord can go beyond all the conditions which are put for him. As we see in the past time of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu had put conditions, so many conditions, how I should not be killed. But Krishna's power is much greater than all these conditions. Right? So in this way, we can see the greatness of Lord is also mentioned in the Purusha Sukta prayers in the first beginning. What does it say? Sahasrashirsha Purushah Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vrityam Atyatishtat Dashangulam. So it says Sahasrashirsha Purushah. So Sahasra actually means 1,000, literal. But actually the Acharyas say the meaning is thousands. Thousands, Sahasra Sisha, thousands of heads. Correct? Just like Arjuna saw the Virat Roop. There are thousands of heads. Sahasraksha, there were thousands of eyes. Sahasrapat. So thousands of legs. So everywhere he's present. Sabhumi Vishwato Vritva. So he is pervaded in this entire universe, entire cosmic creation. Atyatishtat Dashangulam. So Dashangulam means the 10 fingers. Right? So he cannot be caught by these 10 fingers. He is beyond these 10 fingers. Correct? So this is the power of the Supreme Lord. So therefore he says in the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, Name viduhu suragana prabhavam na maharshayah aham adir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. So Name viduhu, right? The devatas cannot know me. Name viduhu suragana. Even maharshayah, even rishis, great sages, they cannot know me. It's not so easy for knowing the power of Lord Krishna. So Krishna cannot be understood with our mind, with our body, with our intelligence. You see, Kalayavana, he was trying to catch Krishna with his sensory powers, with his by running after Krishna. Correct? But Krishna was always one step ahead of Kalayavana. Right? So Krishna was just walking and Kalayavana was running full fast. But still, Krishna could not be caught. Great Jnanis, they are trying to understand Krishna with their mind. So they are even with the power of the mind, if they are trying to travel, they are not able to reach Krishna. Panthastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayorathapi manaso munipungavanam sopyasti yat prapadasimnya vichintya tattve govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So with the mind also you cannot reach Krishna. So what about intelligence? With intelligence can you reach Krishna? The the person whose entire body is made of intelligence. Who is that? Brahma. The Lord Brahma could not understand Krishna. Correct? So after the Aghasur demon was killed, so Krishna was playing with his cowherd boys. He was eating. There were lakhs and crores of cowherd boys. Everybody sitting in circles. Krishna in the center. Correct? It was looking like a beautiful flower with a whirl, yellow whirl, and blue and yellow whirl, which was Krishna. So everybody was sitting like that and having their food. And just see the prowess of Vishnu as it is discussed. So by material logic, if somebody is sitting in front of me, you can see me, correct? But if somebody is sitting behind me, can they see me? Can they see my face? No. But in this pastime, every cowherd boy could see Krishna face to face. Everybody was seeing Krishna face to face. This power of Krishna. He was able to deal with every cowherd boy. So, so seeing that how Krishna was actually dealing with these cowherd boys, Brahma got confused. His four heads was rolling, not able to understand who is this Krishna. What? Why? Because Krishna was eating the jhuta of his friend. Somebody was eating and saying, Krishna, this is very nice. You also see, you also take. Then Krishna was taking that. And then Krishna drank somebody else's buttermilk. And that friend told, hey, Krishna, this is mine. Then that friend did like this, and all buttermilk came. And then Krishna was drinking that. So, in this way, by seeing this, Brahma got chakkar. So many yajna vidhis for doing bhoga offering, so many mantras, so many things we have to do. But here, how this is God? How is it possible? So Brahma was confused. Brahma was confused. So Brahma tried to test Krishna by hiding all these cowherd boys and the cows. Correct. And then see that how Krishna produced, expanded himself into these cowherd boys and the calves. For 1 year. See the prowess of Vishnu. Even Balram could not understand this. Can you imagine? The prowess of Vishnu is so great that even Balram was not able to identify these cowherd boys and cows are Krishna. And how perfect Krishna was expanding. Today they are talking about cloning. They are trying to make similar person, clone. But who can make a clone like Krishna? So the perfection of his clone was that the parents were not able to understand that this is somebody else. Because see, every person, if you know, he has a particular characteristics. The way he sits, the way he talks, right? So one devotee told me that, Prabhu, by seeing your shadow, I understood that you are coming. Just by seeing the shadow, if you can guess who is coming. So see the uniqueness of the characteristic of an individual. The way he talks, the way he smiles, the way he walks, the way he moves his hands, the way he eats, the way he calls someone. Everything unique. Everybody is unique. And Krishna expanded into every cowherd boy, and every action of that cowherd boy was as it is. Means Krishna knows about every individual. Correct. So the gopis were serving their children with so much of love. It was unimaginable. So 5 days before 1 year was completed, one day Balram saw a very unique sight. There were big cows on the top of Govardhan hill, and there were cowherd men. So he saw that the cows are running very fast towards the calves who are there below. Why? Because the cows were Krishna. So, they, as soon as they came, the milk was falling, and then they were feeding the cows. And then there were these cowherd men. So they were going to stop these cows from running. And then when they saw their children who were there below, then they completely lost the anger. They started kissing their children. They started loving, caressing their children. So when Balram saw this, then he got really doubtful. Then he asked Krishna, Krishna, they're all you? Then Krishna said yes. So many days in the year, almost 1 year, Balram also did not understand. So the gopis had this desire. So whenever they would see Yashoda Mata feeding Krishna the milk, see, Yashoda Mata used to do all sevas for Krishna. She was doing deity worship every day, from Uttan up to Shayan. Yashoda Mata was doing. She was bathing Krishna, Shodosh Upchar, everything she was doing, correct? All abharanas, dress, abharanani, then garlands, everything she was decorating Krishna so that he can give darshan to all his friends in the morning, correct? So Yashoda Mata was doing deity worship every day. है ना? So then the gopis, elderly gopis, when they saw Yashoda Mata, they also developed a deep desire that we also want to serve Krishna like this. We also want to serve Krishna. But they did not have envy for Yashoda Mata, but they had the intense desire. And every day they used to see this and they used to desire, when I will get this opportunity, when I will get this opportunity. And then Krishna, in this pastime, sanctioned their desires by becoming the cowherd boys. All the gopis were actually serving Krishna. Every day they used to bathe them and they would do all the sevas for Krishna actually. Correct? So, we can learn these two wonderful lessons in this pastime, that how the gopis, they were not envious when they saw Yashoda Mata, but they developed this deep desire to also serve. And then secondly, they were not impatient. They waited. They were hopeful that one day Krishna will give us this opportunity. They were hopeful. And then sure enough, Krishna gave this opportunity to them. Just like we see the pastime of Shabari. So Matanga Rishi told that Ram will come. Ram aayenge. And then Shabari Mata was completely serving for many, many years. She did not complain why Ram has not come till now. When he will come, give one particular date. What is the schedule? So Lord is beyond all schedules. To understand this. So Sabari was ready to wait and serve when Lord will come. So मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, Ram आएंगे. So this is Shabari. She was thinking that today Ram will come. When he comes, then what will happen? My good fortune will arise. So this is Shabari. So the Achintya Shakti of the Lord is what is discussed today. So many examples we can give. Last 2-3 examples and we'll wind up. So Achintya Shakti of the Lord is very, very great. So we hear about the Rasa Leela, correct? So Rasa Leela happened in the one night of Brahma, it is said. One complete night of Brahma. What is one complete night duration of Brahma? It is 4.32 billion years. 4.32 billion means into 10 power 12. 4.3 into 10 power 12 years. That much time Ras Leela happened. And that was zipped, zip file. It was condensed in just 12 hours of this earth. Correct? So this is Krishna's Achintya Shakti. Similarly, we know about Dwarka. Dwarka is small island, but so many lakhs of people are living in Dwarka. How is it possible? Krishna had 16,108 palaces, right? Each wife was there in each palace, and then he had 10 children. From each of the queen, he had 10 children, and each of them had 10 more children. So you can understand how many people are there, and there was no traffic jam, there was no food shortage, uh, there was no problem. This is Achintya Shakti of. So with this, we will stop today's class. So one main take-home message is about how Lord Vishnu is Achintya, but still that Achintya can be understood by with the desire of the devotee and surrender of the devotee to the Guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Tadvidhi means what? To know. Tadvidhi means to know. To know what? To know the Supreme Lord, who is Achintya, one who cannot be known. But still, if you want to know, then it says that we have to surrender. We have to surrender to the Guru, follow his instructions, and then do service. Then, upadekshanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattvadarshana. This is how we can understand. And this is a very important process of bhakti, correct? So, bhakti is done in this way systematically by surrender to Guru. Because bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. Krishna says that only by bhakti I can be understood. So bhakti is not something very, very lofty. But yes, of course it is lofty, but it begins with the surrender to the Guru and following the instructions and doing service to the Guru. So in this way, even the inconceivable becomes conceivable. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai, Nitai Gaur Prema.